And up next, let's work on the small sidebar. So we'll have the logo here. We have list of links, which we will set up actually in few videos. And also we have the close button. So functionality is going to be very similar to the previous toggles, where basically based on the value, we'll either add the class or remove the class. And with this one, with the close button, we'll control that state value. I believe it was is sidebar open. As far as the setup, we're going to have these imports. So wrapper, the FA times icon, that's the close icon. From the library, a nav link. Remember, this was a special component with React Router DOM because it had that option of adding the active class. And this is exactly what we'll utilize over here. Notice once we navigate, let's say to all jobs, it has a little bit of different styling now. And the same is going to work on a big sidebar as well. Also, like I showed you, we have a logo and use selector and use dispatch, because I'll want that sidebar or is sidebar open value from the state. And also with the close button, I want to dispatch that toggle. And yes, in order to speed things up, we'll take all of these imports. Let's just navigate to the small sidebar. We already have the wrapper, so I'm just going to override that. And then for now, we're not going to set up any kind of logic, but I do want to set up the return. We'll start here where we'll say div with a class of sidebar container and show sidebar. And you can probably already guess that by toggling the show sidebar, we'll actually control the appearance. So let's go here with sidebar and then container, and then another class show sidebar. Let's add that one. And at the end, I'll toggle manually just so you can see what's happening. Let's add the content here. Inside of the content, let's set up the close button. So say class name, and that will be equal to close btn. For now, we're going to go with on click. Basically, we'll set up the toggle in the next video, just so we keep the functionality separate. Then we'll add a log here, and we'll say toggle. Inside of the button, we want to set up that icon. So FA times. Then we want to set up the header. So that is going to be still within the content. So we have the content, and right after the close button, we want to go with the header. And inside of the header, we're going to display the logo. And then at the very end, we'll have nav links. Now, we'll set that one up as a separate component. So for now, it's just going to be a dummy content. We'll go with nav links div. So class nav links on a div. And then let's just add some kind of text in here. Let's save it, and let me navigate now to the small screen. Looks like I'll have to log in again. Let me add my credentials. Let's say here my password. And once we log in, we'll see our small sidebar. But again, let me emphasize one more time that by default, even though we're showing this small sidebar, once we get to the big screen, it's going to be hidden automatically using CSS. And the class that controls show and hide is this one. So if I remove show sidebar, the small one gets hidden. And then if I add that class, of course, then we can see the sidebar. So in the next video, we'll set up the toggle functionality.